What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and thank you for watching this portion of my channel, these music marketing tips that I'm sharing with y'all. In this video, I'm showing my numbers of a campaign I have been running for only a week now. These are the week results for my song No Feelings. And this video is a continuation from my original video I did of how to set up your ads, a fresh campaign from start to finish. I go over from creating your ad account, your pixel, your landing page, to creating this campaign, these ads as you see on the screen. And it's a complete walkthrough of how I do it my way, the way I've been doing it for years. So if you haven't seen that video and you want to know how to set up an ad, if you never have, or you have and you just want to see, I would highly recommend to check out that video. I'll leave a link up in the right hand corner. I'll also leave a link in the description and probably at the end of the video. So in that video, I created a new campaign for my song No Feelings, which I've never ran an ad for ever. I released it in 2021. It was probably one of my first releases just to release music. And it was before I was even doing any type of ad marketing, social media marketing for music. Fast forward today, I'm running my first ad for it on a $100 budget for 4 weeks. It's a very tight budget, but I'm doing it just for the sake of this video so y'all can learn hopefully something new. And so you all can do this for yourself, not hire anybody. Before I get into this ads manager, I'm going to go into my Spotify for Artists. And this is the first week of the campaign. Go back here, I spent $50 total in the first week. So now I have 3 weeks to really crank down on the budget, which I already mathed it out. It's going to come around 102. I did $10 a day for the first couple days, then $5 a day for the next few days. And now on day 7, I bumped it down to $3 a day, and I'm going to keep that for the next 10 days. And then after the 10 days after that, it's going to be down to $2. Again, this is a tight budget, so I'm trying to do the most educated modifications that the ad needs for it to move on successfully. If I had a larger budget, I would probably take a little more risk, most likely, and I would possibly try some other things. But I wanted to get the ad strong and performing well into the idle phase that I like to call it, when you just have the ad running on a particular budget and you don't even touch it. You don't really worry about it. You look at it like once or twice a day and that's it, because it's performing consistently and getting you results. And how do I know this is, well, we're in my Spotify for Artists. The song has gained 23 playlist ads and 48 saves. Not great, not bad, just pretty good. Obviously 649 streams, 479 listens, and it's roughly getting maybe 75 a day. It's also in the radio playlist. So I got 450 streams from radio. So it's around 200 plus outside traffic. So those are results for the past week. The ad I kept on, if we go into Ads Manager, was this No Feelings Trippy Ad 2 with IG Reels. And it's a 31-cent cost per result. And I've spent $15. And that is it for my first week. I'll break down the country so you can see it. Majority going to Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, Turkey, Japan, Belarus, Chile, and Chile. Yeah, Puerto Rico, there's none. South Africa. But this ad has only been on for a few days because I duplicated this ad. So the next portion of this video, you're going to see what I did exactly from day 1 through day 6, whether I did a modification or not. And this is what I would do if I was on this limited budget. Again, this is a very tight budget. I don't recommend just doing $100, especially with a new campaign, new pixel, which this was a new pixel, only a month and a half old pixel. You usually need a little more money to have a successful campaign, but we're going to do it here today. And I'm showing you that you can, with the right placements, the right targeting, the right ad, and the right adjustments that you need to do to have it performing properly, correctly, and positively to your liking. If you have any questions, comments, or anything at all, please leave it in the comment section below. Here's what I did from day 1 to day 6. Today marks day 1 of running No Feelings. I started out as a $10 a day budget. I have these 4 ads going, as you can see, and I have the campaign advantage budget feature on. So that means, once again, that Facebook is going to allocate funds to the highest performing ad, whichever that may be. As I look at these 4, this is day 1, like I mentioned. In some cases, you may want to leave them all on, all these ads. In other cases, you might just want to go ahead and start turning some off, because the cost per result, you see this one right here is 61 cents. No Feelings Trippy Ad 1 is 54 cents conversion. If we look at all the ads for the quality ranking, this kind of gives us an idea what Facebook is telling us. Engagement rate, quality ranking, engagement rate ranking, and conversion rate ranking. It's the first day, so this could obviously change and perform better, like for this one right here, Trippy Ad 1, but use whatever tools they give you to use for your advantage in decision making. But like I was saying, you could keep all these on and let it run another day for $10 and see how it performs. I've seen it where it flip-flopped. Other ads were performing better than the other one, but in this case, since using my experience, I'm going to turn off No Feelings Trippy Ad 1 and No Feelings Trippy 3. The reason being is because I checked it out periodically throughout the day, and they didn't have any clicks until later in the day, later this evening. As you can see, No Feelings Vinyl and Trippy Ad 2 both have 11 results. They're not really sending the budget out here anyway. I want to see these two compete against each other tomorrow, and then I can hopefully make a decision. Even though this 24 cents does look a lot better than 40 cents, like I said, tomorrow could be a totally new day, and this 24 could be 50 and this one could be 20. It's just, that's how it works. Especially, they're all in the learning phase, as you know, as you can see here. And if I put my cursor over it, you need 50 clicks to get past the learning phase. Welcome, guys, to day 2 of my No Feelings campaign. And I will go straight to the cost per result. As you know, I turned off the other 2 ads on the first day. I just made that decision because they just look like these 2 were performing better, Vinyl Ad and Trippy Ad 2. The cost per result, we're only halfway through the day today, just over halfway through the day. And Vinyl is now 36 cents. Trippy Ad is still outperforming. For some reason, it's a majority of the budget still going to the Vinyl Ad 2. I don't know why. I've seen this before, but you got to make a judgment. I mean, this is a huge discrepancy, 22 versus 36. I'll show you a few more. The results, 13 versus 9. A lot more reach impressions because it's spending more of the budget. The quality with the data they're giving us here, quality, engagement, and conversion rankings, are all similar, exactly the same. If I put the last 2 days, a day and a half, it's still significantly better. Trippy Ad 2, 23 versus 39. I'm going to show you a few more. Let's do placements and go amount spent. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. So for Vinyl Ad, majority is going to Facebook Reels. So the placements I did, which differ with these 2 ads, is I did Facebook Reels for this one. And for Trippy Ad 2, I did Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and unclicked Messenger Stories. I'll just show you. It's a lot easier, I guess. So I'll scroll down for the placements of this one, if it matters. As you see, for Stories and Reels, Instagram, Facebook, Messenger Stories, Facebook Reels, Instagram Explore, Profile Feed, Instagram Feed, and Facebook Feed. That is for the Vinyl Trippy Ad 2. For Trippy Ad 2, Facebook feed, only Instagram feed, only Instagram Explore, Instagram Stories, Facebook Stories, Instagram Reels, and Facebook Reels. So as you saw, majority of the budget for vinyl is going to the Facebook Reels, trickling down. No Feelings Trippy Ad 2, you have Facebook Reels first again, a lot higher. And for Trippy Ad 2, you have, again, Facebook Reels getting the most, and then Instagram Reels under that. So it's not too bad, but it's still focused on Facebook Reels. The countries are not much different. You got Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, and Chile as the first 4 countries for the vinyl ad. And then for Trippy Ad 2, you have Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, Hungary, Argentina, France. Yes, Japan and Chile. You got some higher tier countries in the mix of this as well, which is nice. So I'm going to unclick this so you guys can see it again. So my judgment right here, it's been a day and a half. Vinyl is getting shot out more, but overall rate conversion right now, cost per result, it's just, this is massive compared to the 39 cents on average. So I'm going to turn it off right now. I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to use my own judgment. For you guys, if you're like, say it was closer, say if it was all these ads were a little bit closer after the second day, it's again a judgment call, but you really got to look at all the data that you have and see exactly how it's going. Usually you would keep the ad on longer. That'd be my advice, but this is a huge discrepancy like I mentioned, and I'm going to turn it off. If it was closer, you might want to let it go for a little bit more, but once I turn this off, now there's only one ad running, and that is the Trippy Ad 2. So now Facebook will just focus on this one ad, and results should improve. I mean, these are great results as is, so I don't know how much it will improve, but again, this is only a day and a half, and we're already down to 23 cents. So now, since one ad is focused, it's on, Facebook's focusing, and now let's see it perform. We're still in the learning phase, obviously, 2050, but this is it. And I've spent only $16 so far in this day and a half. So that's it for day 2. I will see you in the next day or next video. All right, guys, now we are in day 3. Cost per result now is 33 cents. I only have one add-on. Amount spent is $10. Spent $30 in the first 3 days. And so far, so good. If we look at the last 3 days, overall it's 29 cents, 65 results, 7,000 reach, 8,700 impressions. In the beginning, yeah, you want to pay attention, but you don't really want to go too crazy looking at this. I've done it. I still do it. Sometimes get obsessed with it. When you check it multiple times, all the time, really you just check it a couple times a day and you're good. But like, for example, when I woke up this morning, the cost per result was it was $1.05. Only had 3 clicks. And the day, 33 cents. So it could drive you mad if you like see it and you're like, why is it so high? I wouldn't pay attention to so much of a daily average. I think of it more of I would pay more attention to a weekly and a monthly average if the ad's been going on that long. The daily average can drive you insane because some days it will be low. Like tomorrow may be 20 cents, the next day might be 50, and another one 40, and then another 20, another 15, another 70. But overall, if that whole week was added up, it'd come out to be like a 27-cent cost per result, which is not bad. So that's my 2 cents with that. Everything does look good, but something I would want to look at and pay attention to would be where it's going, the countries, how the budget's being spent is more is one country sucking up more of the budget than the other. So if we look, almost $5 for Colombia, Mexico $3, $2 Brazil, dollar Argentina, 50 cents Hungary for the past 3 days, and so on, down. So Colombia's taking a lot of that. We got 20 clicks. If we go to my Spotify for artists, we're into No Feelings. If this was a new release, it'd be easier to keep track of because you have no stats. Since this song is an old song of mine and it's already been released, there's already data for it. So we can keep in track from when we first started and see if it's adding and whatnot. But if it's more difficult with an older song, the match up, if these countries are adding up like 20 cents. Is it coming down here? I know Colombia right down here is 80 streams. Is it going to convert? So with a new release, you can easily keep track of this. So if Colombia was taking all these clicks and then you go back to your Spotify for artists and you don't get any clicks, that means you got to get rid of the country. So that'd be an easy fix if you notice that you're getting clicks from one of these countries and it's sucking up a lot of your budget, but you're not seeing it for your Spotify for artists. Then that means get rid of the country. Hopefully things will improve. And then just keep on monitoring it. But like I'll keep on monitoring this, seeing if Colombia is worth it to keep on. If it starts sucking up a lot of the budget, it's, I'd rather have it more of a balanced budget than one sucking up a majority of the budget. But if I was getting a ton of results and there was good, high quality listeners, then I would just leave it. Right now, this is just monitoring, seeing if it's adding up. If it's not, then we do some more modification. But at the moment, things look good. This is the end of day 3. And since I'm trying to stick around $100 for 28 days, I'm going to bring down the budget now and put it down to $5 a day for a week or so. That'd be all my advice for this day on day 3. Welcome to day 4 of the No Feelings campaign. Today was a cost per result of 32 cents, 15 results, 2,000 reach, 2,300 impressions. And as you know, I have it at $5. The quality is just average. I use this data because Facebook gives it to you and you kind of have to trust it. And in my experience, it's usually accurate. So I want to get this to above average. So I'm going to look at some things starting with the country list to see what is going on. We did this yesterday, I showed you, but I'm going to go into it today and look. And like I mentioned before, you don't want to obsess so much over the daily average because it can drive you nuts. But since it is beginning of the first week of the campaign, you want to get the best possible results. I'm sticking with this ad, but there's probably some things we can do to make improvements for sure. So I'm going to look at the country list. And again, Colombia is up there, 150, $1 more than Brazil, Mexico, Argentina. And again, this is a tier 3 country list. I looked at my Spotify for artists today when I got the results from yesterday, and Colombia didn't change whatsoever in streams. Again, it's not a fresh song, so it's really hard to say since it isn't a new release, but you would think there would be some fluctuation with the streams, whether it goes up or down. If I go into Submit Hub, this percentage doesn't look bad, but if I look at October 7th, Colombia right here, 35 impressions, 8 clicks, 22%. We got to use this data as much as we can. Obviously, it's not perfect, but we can get a clue of like what is actually going on, if anything. I looked to October 6th. Says it was higher here. Colombia. I'm looking at Colombia because Mexico, 62%. I'm looking at Colombia because this is a new pixel, and Colombia could really screw you over sometimes, I've noticed. But if you already have established strong pixel with data that was targeting a tier 2 or tier 1 before running a tier 3, then you should be fine. But in this case, since I started with tier 3, I'm very unsure. So if I look at the 4-day average since I've had this add-on, since this is the end of day 4, Colombia is sucking up a lot of the budget. I don't really like that. I like more of a balanced budget. So it wouldn't kill me to get rid of it, because if you look at the cost per result here, we got 16, 32, 20, 28, and Colombia's 28, Chile 59, 16, Belize, Puerto Rico 10, Hungary 10, 57. What I'm going to do, just for the sake of the video, I'd probably let this go for a couple more days, realistically, if I had a larger budget. But since I'm trying to stay within that $100 range in 4 weeks, I'm going to modify it a bit just for educational purposes and show you exactly what I would do if I needed to modify it. It's not extreme, but I'm just going to do it just to show you how I would do it. You can go into the ad itself and edit and remove Colombia, but I recommend not to do that. I recommend duplicating the ad. And once it's approved, duplicating the ad, getting rid of Colombia, and republishing it. And then once it's live, you can turn off this ad. I want to show you the placements as well before we update this ad. So most of it's going to Facebook Reels, Facebook Stories, Facebook Feed. So majority, it's all going to Facebook. I wanted it to go a little more to Instagram, but it isn't. If we looked at today, yeah, majority is just going to Facebook. I'm going to change this as well just to see how it runs. Hopefully it doesn't backfire. But I'm going to go in this ad and I'll show you exactly what I would do if I was going to modify it, try to get better results. So we're going into No Feelings Trippy Ad 2. We're going to hit edit. And I like just doing it from this screen and duplicating it here versus duplicating it on the other layout we were just in. So I'm going to hit duplicate. I'm going to hit duplicate of this one, the ad set name, this page. So I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to duplicate original settings. I like original. We got copy. And I'm going to put this IG Reels because I'm going to get rid of Facebook Reels. And I'm going to get rid of Colombia. Okay, I'm going to get rid of Colombia. And then I'm going to scroll down. And I'm going to get rid of Facebook Reels and keep Instagram Reels checked and see if I can. It should go to more Instagram now and see if it goes to a balance of Facebook. But it's going to go to the Reels, I imagine. It usually does. And that's all I'm going to change. And I'm going to just publish this. So realistically, what we could do, so things run smoothly, you would just go back to the main campaign page and we would hit this button back on. We'd keep it on Advantage Campaign Budget. So when this one does go live, we'll test it with this one and see how it does. Since I don't have a high budget, $5, I'm actually just going to turn this one off when this is on, and I'm going to go with my gut. But realistically, I would say leave the campaign budget on so you can see which one performs better, if anything, if this one does at all, or if Facebook doesn't shoot it out to this one. If it doesn't shoot it out, then I would turn off the campaign budget and just set individual budgets for them both, like $5 each or $10 each. Since I'm on a strict budget for learning purposes, I'm just going to do it this way. And that's how I would edit this ad anyways, duplicate it, modify it here, republish. So when this goes live before probably the end of the night, because it's almost end of the day here, I'm going to turn this one off and keep this one on and keep it at $5 for the next few days. And hopefully I get close to the same results, if not better, and a higher quality. Welcome to day 5 of this No Feelings campaign. So I'm going to get right to the results. 18 results for today, 1,300 reach, 1,400 impressions, and a cost per result of 28 cents. And look at here, the quality ranking. If you remember yesterday, I got rid of Colombia because I was very skeptic about that country. It wasn't converting. And everything here was average the whole time. I changed, also took off some Facebook placements, which we'll check right now. But it's above average. And that's what I was telling you yesterday, saying I want to get this higher, the quality and in engagement and conversion, everything I want above average. But I did it just in one day, just by changing those minor changes. Again, it's a judgment call, but we'll actually see where the money is spent now. Well, a majority is still spent. Well, it's almost like a tie with Facebook feed and Instagram Reels. So just getting more Instagram actually bumped the quality. I could even, if I just wanted to go strictly Instagram, I could take off all this. So it would go to Instagram. We could see how that would work. But honestly, I'm going to keep it like this. I don't want to tweak it anymore. I could tweak it some more. But that's also a judgment call if you want to do more Instagram versus Facebook. I find the quality listener is better when you do target Instagram placements. But I've had high quality with Facebook as well and gotten really good results. That's again with it more experience. You can see what works, what doesn't, what's converting, what's not. Things are looking good, and I will continue to monitor this. Unsure if I'll make any changes. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But it's almost to that idle phase where you just check it out. You're not going to do much changes. Hopefully it'll continue to give you some results. So that's it for now. I'm not going to make any changes today. I'm going to let it ride and see how it improves over the next couple days. We are in day 6 now, and we got a cost per result of 33 cents, 15 results, around 2,000 reach and impressions, spent just under $5. These are results pretty similar to yesterday if I look at it. 28 cents yesterday. Honestly, I wanted to get the quality higher, got the quality higher according to Facebook. I would like to get engagement conversion higher, but for the sake of the budget I'm using, since it's around $100 and the 4-week time frame, there isn't much I'm going to change in this, if anything at all. I don't think I will. Now it's just monitoring it and having it in this idle phase because everything looks good to my liking. I'm pretty happy with the results thus far after I made the adjustments. And when I go into Spotify for artists, I'm getting some saves and some playlist ads, so I know things are converting. But those I will check out in a later video. So that is it for this one. Again, I'm just going to continue to monitor. I'm not going to obsess over it so much. I'll look at it here and there, but it's really all about, and I've mentioned this before, about the long-term average, not the daily average. Because the daily average can make you go insane sometimes. It goes up, fluctuates so much. But when you have a strong ad, it should roughly not be too crazy. It should be roughly staying in the same cost per result range. But it can go up 50 cents one day, 22 cents the next day. But then when you look at that weekly average, it comes back down to 30 cents, something like that. So I wouldn't obsess over it. Obviously in the beginning you are, but in the idle phase, no need to really go crazy over it. All right, guys, that is what I did through day 1 through day 6. Day 7, I put it down to a $3 budget, and I'm gonna have it on $3 for the next 10 days. And then 10 days after that will be $2 a day. But I wanted to share this video with you because this is what I would do in the first week. Like always, I hope you found this video helpful, informative, and encouraging. If you haven't ran a social media ad for your music, if you'd like to see anything else in this ad or Spotify for Artists, or just anything for this campaign, let me know in the comments and I will share that with all y'all. Thank you for watching this one. I appreciate you all. And if you want to see more of my music marketing tips, I'll leave some videos here at the end of the video. Thank you so much again, and good luck with the music. Peace.